Welcome back to Night Fever, episode 19. It's a match preview to Auckland FC's away match to Central Coast Mariners. They travel across the ditch, the Tasman Sea, for the first time for quite a few weeks. It's their first of 3 in a row away matches against a dangerous Central Coast Mariners side at Polytec Stadium. Let's get into it. Welcome to the show. We have the 8th game of the 25-26 season coming up this Friday night. Auckland FC travelling across the Tasman to play Central Coast Mariners. For the Mariners, this fixture is part of their ongoing campaign under their current squad. The club has had to manage changes in personnel recently, something we'll dive into. The match presents a good test. Auckland FC want to continue their momentum following their Derby Day victory over Wellington Phoenix. And the Mariners will be looking to bounce back and show they're still a force at home. In the head-to-heads, the two teams have only ever played each other twice, and that was both games happening last season. On the 16th of March, Auckland played at home to Central Coast Mariners, and it was a 2-2 draw. Prior to that, back in December on the 28th, 2024, Auckland FC emphatically beat the Mariners 4-1 away, a very convincing away win. So there's not a lot to draw from the head-to-heads. It will come down to recent form and on-the-day performances. Taking a look at the form of the two clubs coming into this match, Mariners not doing so well. In the past 6 games, they've only won 1, drawn 2 and lost 3. Most recently, they went down 2-1 at home to Sydney FC, and they've got an average of 1.17 goals per game. Auckland FC, their form in the last 6 matches sees them winning 4, losing 1 and drawing 1. Most recently, the 3-1 Derby Day victory over Wellington Phoenix last weekend. So importantly, Auckland FC, they've shown capacity to score, defend and rotate effectively within the squad. Despite inevitable injuries and suspensions, the depth seems solid. So heading into Friday, both teams have had mixed results, but Auckland FC carry the better momentum coming into the game. Taking a look now at some of the strengths and threats we might see from the Mariners this Friday night. They have resilience and fight back ability as shown in their 2-2 draw previously against Auckland back in March. They came from behind to snatch a late equaliser. They have attacking impetus and unpredictability. They've got forwards and wingers capable of causing damage, and on their day can strike with pace and penetration. The first A-League goals from the likes of Vita Fijau and Nico Durate last season show they get chances and finish when under pressure. They have seasoned defenders in their squad, and their back line, when organised, can frustrate even potent attacks. They carry a desire to redeem themselves after last season's ups and downs. They will be keen to show in front of their home fans that they still belong among the competitive sides in the A-League. In short, they're dangerous on the counter. They can rally back from adversity and they'll want to make a statement. Taking a look now at some notable players for the Central Coast. Vita Fijau, the forward known to have grabbed his first A-League goal against us last season, capable of finishing and creating chances. Nico Durate, another young forward who scored the late equaliser against us back in March. He's dangerous, especially if the defence lapses in concentration. Alu Kual, when fit and starting, offers physicality up front and a threat with his pace and strength. He's often been their main centre forward. Trent Sainsbury, experienced and solid at the back. He brings leadership to the defence. Back with Mariners this campaign and a stabilising influence. Storm Rowe, useful in midfield and defensive midfield roles, helps break up play and provide structure. Together, these players give Mariners a balanced spine capable of defending robustly, counter-attacking and finishing chances. For the unavailable players, I'm yet to find an updated list, but in the previous match, they were without Eames through injury and Sainsbury had an Achilles tendon injury. For Auckland FC, it's still looking like Sakai will be out for this one. I'm yet to get an update on his proposed return. But apart from that, everyone else seems to be back on board following a disruptive patch of injuries and suspensions. So now some possible lineups that we might see this Friday night. I'll start off with Central Coast Mariners, and I'm going to base it on their previous game against Sydney FC, where they lost 2-1. They went with a 4-4-2 formation. In goal, Redmayne. Right back, Rowe. And in central defence, they had Donici and Paul. Left back, Moragas. In right midfield, Theo Harus. In the middle of midfield, Tapp and McCalmont. On the left of midfield, De Lima. Up front, we saw DiPizio and Edmondson. For Auckland FC, I see them going again with the same formation. It was a 4-2-3-1. Michael Vow in goal. Still holding on to that number one spot between the sticks, keeping Ollie Sale out of the starting lineup. At right back, Callan Elliott to continue his great work with Sakai out injured. He's been a quality replacement for Sakai. In the centre of defence, Dan Hall and Gerwood Reich to continue like they did last weekend against Wellington. A much better performance from the central defenders. And at left back, Francis de Vries, as usual, taking care of the left flank. In front of the defenders, Gallegos and Verstrata teaming up again, with Rogerson on the right. His return to the starting lineup has helped Auckland get more width out on the right. And Jesse Randall playing in the number 10 role, slightly behind the striker Lockie Brook. Continuing from last weekend, he's in hot form. And Sam Cosgrove up front, latching on to those long balls. Sam Cosgrove got a lot of knock-on headers last weekend, and he's starting to link up much better with his teammates. Now some tactical matchups for the match. Mariners counter-attack versus Auckland's structured defence, transition play. Mariners like to absorb pressure and hit on the break. Using speed via Kuol, Fujao and Durate, Auckland will need to maintain shape, especially fullbacks and midfield, to deny space on transitions. With Kaltak and Paul versus our centre-backs and the full-backs when pushing could be decisive. Keeper performance from Vow will also matter. For Strata and Gallegos in the middle, they'll need to control the tempo to prevent Mariners midfield, McCalmont, Rowe and Steele from gaining momentum. If Auckland dominate there, they can starve Mariners of service to forwards. If Auckland presses high, they risk being exposed to quick counters by Mariners. They'll need balance, aggressive enough to disrupt, disciplined enough to not get caught out. The use of width and wing-backs. Auckland's full-backs and midfielders will be alert as Mariners' wing-backs can overlap and create 2-on-1 situations. With a roll of the dice, here's my score prediction. I expect it to be a tight but open game. Both teams to get on the score sheet, but Auckland FC to edge it by a slim margin. I'm predicting 2-1, 3-1 for Auckland FC. Our squad looks balanced. We have attacking power with Mai back in form. And historically, we've done well against the Mariners head-to-head. I expect the Mariners to dig in, hit on the break, so we shouldn't expect a stroll. Prediction, Auckland FC 3, Central Coast Mariners 1. All right, Auckland fans, that is a wrap. The lowdown on Friday's clash at Polytec Stadium between Central Coast Mariners and Auckland FC. We've gone through the context, head-to-head history, recent form, what makes the Mariners dangerous, who their key players are, and who they might miss. We've run through what our likely starting 11 will be, how we match up tactically, and landed on a prediction. If Auckland FC bring their A-game, stay compact defensively, control midfield, and let the forwards do the damage, I believe we leave Gosford with 3 points. As always, stay loud, stay proud, and I'll be doing a live watch-along on YouTube for the match. So if you haven't got access to the match, tune in to Night Fever on YouTube to follow the action there. I'll be back after the match with a post-match reaction. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that episode. Until then, up the port, up the Black Knights, and goodbye for now.